So Amy Schumer's Leather special just came out on Netflix last week, and it has already amassed over 2,000 responses, almost all of which are 1 stars that she is claiming come from alt-right trolls that are trying to sabotage her career.
Hold it now.
Amy Schumer's latest Netflix special dropped, and it has been 1-starred.
Dropped is right.
Come on, that's not nice. I don't want to laugh because it was 1-star. As a matter of fact, I didn't want to cover this story at first because I thought, you know what, I would hate it if conservative trolls just went and 1-starred her thing because comedy is subjective. I'll never be one to fact check jokes. But then if you look at the fan feedback, it was certainly not from alt-right trolls. People just didn't find it funny. People thought that she had really kind of lost her groove, her step. And I will say this, you know, I've joked about this on the show. I've joked about this several times. You know, the thing with Amy Schumer, who's in Chelsea Handler, she's basically Chelsea Handler light, is when she walks out on stage, you can set your stopwatch until it's, I'm a filthy slut.
I sleep with a guy on the first date. Usually if a guy holds my hand, he's going to wind up. So here's the thing. I don't think that women should use sex as a bargaining chip, and a lot of them do. If I want to sleep with someone, I do it. And I am a monogamous slut. Can I say that on air?
I think you can.
Great.
Some of the comments about Amy Schumer in the subreddit, the Donald, and so you can see here some of the things that they're telling their followers to do, right? It says, to those that still have Netflix, Netflix just added a new Amy Schumer special. Please go and 1-star that piece of shit. It has 1.5, can we get it down to 1?
It has 1.5. Can we get it down to 1? It has 1.5.
Oh,
Hello.
How are you guys?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. It's so good to see you guys.
Hey, you too. Do you think that all jokes in some way are a copy of something that someone said before?
No.
You don't?
I don't. No, I don't.
What do you think about this current thing that they said that you've taken from other people's jokes?
I would never take anyone's joke.
So
I would never do that.
It was just some sort of coincidence that similar things had been said.
Yeah, I mean, the thing you're talking about is Patrice was my really good friend. I never saw him do that. Bye, Melvin. Yeah, I never saw him do those jokes. The thought that I would maybe see those jokes and then go, ooh, I like those. I'm gonna close my HBO special with them.
You come in her face, right? And then take some pubic hair and throw it at her.
Here's Amy describing a similar act on her HBO special.
Comes on the girl's face and then throws the pubes. So she has that facial hair.
Okay, here's Patrice describing an even more horrific sex move.
You're fucking her from behind, and then you sneak out, and he takes your place, and then you walk outside and wave at her through the window.
And here's Amy describing the same thing with a different name.
The worst one I've ever heard is the Houdini, which is where the guy's having sex with the girl from behind. Then unbeknownst to her, his friend subs in for him. Guy number 1 runs outside, knocks on the window, waves to the girl.
Those seem pretty bad. They do seem pretty bad. However, if you were ever in the smoking section in high school, you would already be familiar with these terms. Go sex is in the Urban Dictionary. That's the one that Amy Schumer renamed Houdini and Patrice renamed Poltergeist. Gorilla Mask is in there. It's just up there with Rusty Trombone and Cleveland Steamer. Please don't look those up. We regret talking about them in high school. Now, Amy used to open for Patrice. I don't know. In a sense, they both plagiarized high school kids. It was kind of lame that either of them said those on stage. The problem with Amy's plagiarism here is the sheer number of them. Here's a much more crystal clear example from John Mulaney.
Blacking out is when you drink so much that your brain goes to sleep, but your body gets all Eye of the Tiger and soldiers on.
Now here's Amy.
And I black out when I drink. Isn't that the worst? No, your mind goes to sleep, but your body's like, tonight is my night.
Just a question. She's not my cup of tea, regardless of what she has to say. Like, some parts are funny, some parts aren't. But do you feel like when she's putting this message across, it's a way to kind of justify that maybe in case her ratings aren't as good, to say that, oh, it's those that are out there blaming, like maybe pushing the blame on the fact that they're trolling it if it might not be doing as well?
Maybe. Maybe, who knows? But
Friends has 1 star on Netflix.
That is that someone should go to jail for that.
I have one.
But the amount of people she has pissed off over the years are not irrelevant, and that does affect the comedy. And my favorite example of this is joke stealing. Now, you annoy comedians when you steal jokes, but it's also justified. Like, let's show this Dave Attell one. That seems to be the worst one. Let me go in the middle.
You ever black out when you're drinking, or as I call it, time travel? Yeah.
Time travel.
Has anyone ever blacked out and been awake when they've come out of it? Thank you, sister. It's kind of cool because it's like you're a time traveler. You're just like back in your body.
All right, that's
like,
enough of that. There's also one, the Dave Chappelle, where she talks about where to come on your tits, or he likes to do it on the face. Now you've annoyed comedians, and you've annoyed comedy fans, and that affects your rating. By the way, she also is pissed off Republicans. She made her bones through Opie and Anthony and Fox Red Eye, pretending to be an anti-PC, anti-liberal chick, and then she turns around and goes, I was just kidding. That was fake.
Does Amy Schumer owe her huge success to Fox News?
I got my favorite diseases in college, so I want to thank my professors.
That's Amy 7 years ago when she used to appear on Fox News' late-night talk show, Red Eye. Host Greg Gutfield was addicted to her outrageous attitude.
I was waiting for that to be discovered, how she could look so angelic and yet be so evil.
When you create enemies online, there's a price to pay. When people get to tweet, they get to say whatever they want to say. And Amy Schumer's one of those people. And it's not just her, but hey, yeah, Amy, you do this. And then you get trolls. Believe me, I know. So you get to speak your mind, people get to speak their mind. But when you have your brand tied to the internet and people have access to comment, you better look out. They're going to make you pay. It's 2017. All these celebrities that love to talk about politics, who are really not even trying to be unbiased or fair in any way, you cannot be shocked when people have a adverse reaction to your reactions. This is how it works. Welcome to the internet.